Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. Good morning to my subscribers in the Philippines. Good evening to my subscribers in America and beyond. I always like to give a special shout out to my new viewers and new subscribers. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by today. I really appreciate it. To everybody, your kindness, your generosity, your support of my channel has really been overwhelming, and the only way I know to give it back is to do the best I can in giving these vlogs, and as long as they're useful and as long as they're helpful, I'm going to do that. My channel is geared toward the new man and woman who's never been here to the Philippines. That's why a lot of my subjects are basic subjects. A lot of it I get from my comments. But it's for anybody really who has a general interest in the Philippines. All right? I'm not some expert or know-it-all about the Philippines. I just give you my, boots on the ground experience. Okay, but I do have a unique perspective, and I just want to share that with you to make your trip here, your experience here in the Philippines, more enjoyable and above all things, safer. I always say I'm boots on the ground because I live among the locals. I'm in the center of all this, not in some fancy tower somewhere. Okay, and I'm always going to give you the nitty-gritty. It's just exactly what I'm seeing, what I'm living, and what I'm experiencing. I'm never going to sugarcoat that. It's not going to start today. I want to talk about something. I want to talk about the 5 biggest mistakes that I see foreigners make with the Filipina. And I'm going to go from 5 to 1. And before I get started, let me put this disclaimer out there, because this is very important, because a lot of Filipinas and Filipinos, they misinterpret what I'm saying. My videos are inspirational, they're motivational, sometimes they're entertaining, but most of the time they're informative, but they're never bashing, they're never negative. But when I say Filipina, I'm talking about the 3.5% of Filipinas that marry foreigners every year, according to the Philippine Statistics Authority. This isn't me. So then I put another 1.5% on there because they all don't get married. So I'm talking about that very small percentage of Filipinos that date and marry foreigners, about 5%. It's very, very small. Okay, so let's get started. Number 5 is we chat too long online with the Filipina in the beginning. Look, guys, here's one thing I know for sure. You're going to give out far more information to the Filipina in that long stretch of time than she's ever going to give out to you. You know why? Because she doesn't trust you. She doesn't believe anything you say. And that's the reason why she chats with 3 or 4 men. It increases the odds of her actually meeting somebody, because she knows out of the 4 men she's chatting with, 3 of you are not going to show up. Only 1 of you is going to show up. She doesn't know which one. So she has to say and do the same things for all of y'all. Okay, but another thing is the important lessons that you're going to learn about your Filipina, your wife, your future ex-wife is this. You're not going to learn it until you get over here and see it for your own eyes. Okay, that's when you get to know her. And it doesn't matter if you chat her for 2 weeks, 2 years, 2 months. All right, everything that I tell you about in that routine, it's going to happen to you. The girlfriend experience and all that, you're going to get whatever you got coming, no matter if you chat her 2 weeks or 2 years. You're going to get the same treatment, guys. So stop giving away all this information, and then you run the risk of falling in love, man, online. That's crazy. Yeah. That's, man, look, I don't have enough time to tell you how crazy that is. You falling in love with a face online. And then it sets you up for all just disaster. It goes downhill from that. So stop chatting so much. Look, I know it's a pandemic. I wouldn't even be chatting with anybody. What were you doing? I mean, what's the point? Okay? Because I'm telling you now, you can wait till the pandemic is over, get right online, meet the same girl or somebody better. Okay? I wouldn't chat no more than a month. Anything over a month is too long. Everything you need to know, you're not going to know until you get over here. All right? So that's enough of that. Number 5, we chat too long online with these Filipinas, man. Number 4 is we give away all our power, guys, right at the beginning. You know how? Because we make the conversation all about sex. You know, we're hinting about sex. We make it all about her. Look, Filipinos aren't stupid, for number one. Especially the ones that come online. They're smart. They're intelligent. They put themselves in front for you to catch them. They know what they have to do for you, okay, to get you and to keep you. You don't have to tell them. You don't even have to remind them. They already know, guys. But what we do is we want to talk about sex and, oh, are you going to do this? You're going to do that. We make it all about her. We don't make it about us. Look, let me tell you something. And I'm not an expert. I'm not a know-it-all. I'm coming to you from a position of brotherhood. We need a support group just like they have a support group that looks after their best interests. Okay? You're going to need more than sex in this relationship, all right? In this marriage. You may not think it now, but guess what? You're going to need more. After that 5-minute joyride, yeah, and you may play around and make it 6-minute joyride. It's over. You're going to be sitting around looking at each other. Hey, can you cook? Do you like to clean? Are you lazy? See, what we have to do, because we got the power in our hands, guys, we have to set down some rules. Your Jordan rules, okay, before it gets serious. Let her know you got qualifications too. You got requirements too, guys. This is what we have to do, but we don't do it. See, let me give you this, and I'm going to go to number 3. What she's bringing to the table, there's 100 women over here that will bring that same thing to the table. She can't say that about you. Okay? Of the 100 guys that she's going to chat online, listen to this. And this isn't coming from me. This is coming from the United States. They say that 42% of us, of U.S. citizens, which is very low for a first world country, have passports. But of that 42%, only 5% ever travel overseas. Okay? So, now remember, women travel more than men in the United States. So let's say, I'm going to be generous and say 2% of us travel overseas. So out of that 100 men that she has the potential to meet, only 2 of them are going to travel over here. All right? And guess what? One of them is going to be you and the other one's going to be a John. Because they got more money than us. They travel more than us. Guys? Okay? So she really only has you. 1. You got 100. So set down some rules, some boundaries. What you going to tolerate, what you not going to tolerate, what you want out of a woman. You got qualifications. Don't make it all about sex. Don't give your power away. Minute you get off the plane, you're going to jump in bed with her. Yeah, now she's got all the power. Because you're going to get whipped. It happens all the time, man. I'm telling you from experience. All right? So, number 4. We give our power away, and we give it away right away too quick because we make it all about her. We make it all about sex. We don't vet them. We give them a pass. We make it too easy, okay? Number 3 is this, look. We start discussing finances and money too soon. Well, Calvin, how soon should I? Anytime is too soon. Do not discuss money with these women, okay? Because the minute you start discussing money, then she's going to want money. All right, and then you're going to start sending money over here to a stranger, which is crazier than falling in love with a stranger online. That's the only thing crazier, sending money to a stranger online. Okay, stop talking about how much money you make. She don't care, really. She knows already. She knows everything about foreigners. That's why she's online, guys. She's not stupid. She already knows that however much money you make, even if you got a Social Security, disability, retirement, or whatever, and it's $1,000 US dollars a month, that's about 50,000 pesos over here. She will take that. That's a whole nother life for her that she never even dreamed about, okay? But the reason these women's asking you for money is because they know you got it. And most Filipinos, even the 3.5% I'm talking about, 5%, would never ask you for money. It's a red flag, and if they ever ask you for money, you cut it off right there. There's no reason for you to be sending a stranger money. But stop discussing money and finances so soon. Anytime is too soon. Don't ever do it. When you get over here and all things being equal, you see she's real, you're real, the love is growing, and then you go back home and you see her situation and you know she's being honest with you, yeah, then I say help her. But don't start sending money. Don't start talking about. Guys always emailing me all the time. Oh, she said that my 100,000 pesos a month income is not enough and blah, blah, blah. Look, I'm telling you this, and I'm going to number 2. The average Filipino salary over here is 12,500 pesos a month. That's 250 US dollars, okay? But guess what? That's combining the highest of the high salaries and the lowest of the low. The woman that you meet, if she's working, she's probably earning somewhere around 5,000 to 6,000 pesos per month, which is going to be about 110 to about $120 a month, guys, okay? She already knows you got money. You don't have to tell her. She already knows that you got the visa and the new life. You don't have to tell her, okay? That's number 3. Stop. You know, we start talking about finances and money too soon. Number 2 is we make too many damn promises. Look, Filipinos, they have a long memory, a good memory, and they're never going to forget the promises you make, and they're going to hold you to them. And the minute you do not live up to your promises, it goes downhill from there, guys. Don't make any promises. The only promise that I'm going to ask you to make is this. Once you know exactly what date your plane is leaving and what time you're going to arrive in the Philippines, that's the only promise I ever want you to make. It's the only promise you should be making. She's a stranger, man, until you get over here, until you establish a relationship. You can't do that online. That's a big mistake we try to do. There's nothing wrong with dating online, but falling in love online, I'm against that. Trying to maintain a relationship online, I'm against that, okay? So number 2 is we make too many promises. You don't have to promise her. Whatever you bring into the table, guys, it's enough for her. It's already a new life. You've already, just meeting you and you coming over here, you've taken her to a whole other level. Trust me. Okay. Number 1, the biggest mistake we make when we deal with Filipinos is this. We don't support the family, man. Or we discourage her from supporting the family. Yeah. That's why I don't belong to these support groups and all that online. You know, I love my Filipinos love foreigners. You know the groups on Facebook. But the topic always comes around to the family. And then of course you say, we got our own bills. We got our own responsibilities. If you give them money, they're going to be lazy and blah, blah, blah. Look, you're unthinking if you believe that. Okay, you've already come over here. You've already seen where the young lady comes from. Her province, her squatter area, her compound, the kubo with the dirt floor. You already know where she comes from because she ain't going to hide anything. She's not ashamed. Okay, you already see where she's coming from. You already know the family's struggling. Okay, remember I was telling you on my last video, the Filipina's ability to sacrifice for her family is legendary. It gives her meaning. It gives her purpose. And guess what? The woman you're dating, you're talking to right now online, or you're dating already, 99 times out of 100, she's the breadwinner of the family. So you're going to take the breadwinner of the family, the number 1 provider of the money and resources. You're going to take her away from that family. Then you're going to have the nerve to sit back and say, oh no, we're not going to support you. I'm not going to give you a peso. And by the way, you better not send them anything. Well, guess what? She's going to do it anyway. She's going to start doing it behind your back, and that's when the trouble starts, okay? And if you're Filipino and you watching and you're dating or talking to some guy online, he's against helping your family, knowing you're struggling, knowing that they're struggling, that's a red flag. You need to get rid of him. Go to the next one, okay? Just be patient. You will find another one. But guys, especially when you take them back to your country, let them work because they are legendary for helping their families. Man, my son's mother built a beautiful house for her family up in the mountains of Lanao, which is Lanas, in Naga City, Cebu. When I met her, she was they was living in a little kubo shack with a dirty kitchen out back, man. And most Filipinos will do this. This is what they want to do. This is their number 1 reason for wanting that good life, to help their families. But what we do, our number one mistake, man, is we don't want to help the family. Now, I'm not talking about when you're chatting with somebody online and their mother and father and sisters and brothers asking you for money. No, the typical Filipina and her family is not going to ask you for 1 peso. But you know they're struggling. You know they need your help. She wants to help. It's her number one reason for living, guys. They send their sisters, brothers, nieces, nephews, cousins to college. It's legendary. I'm seeing it. So don't make that mistake. Because the minute you do, you're signing your divorce decree. I'm telling you right now, okay? Help her family. Help her to help her family. Encourage her to help her family because she's going to do it anyway, guys. Okay? So that's it. That's my 5 biggest mistakes. Number 5, we chat too long with these women online. You shouldn't be chatting with a woman until you a month or less from coming over there. Everything you know and you need to know about that Filipina, you're only going to learn when you get in the Philippines, when you see it with your own eyes. She's not going to tell you because she doesn't believe you. She knows that of the 4 of y'all she's chatting with, only one's going to make it. So she's treating y'all the same. Number 4, we give all our power away. Guys, we have the power. Okay, there's 100 Filipinas standing in line waiting for you. You're the only one that she's waiting on, that she can look forward to. Okay, set some rules, set some boundaries. Let her know you have requirements. Let her know that you have qualifications. It's not all about her. It's not all about sex. You're going to need more than sex in this marriage. Trust me, man. After that 5-minute joyride, and yeah, you can play around with it and make it a 6-minute joyride, you're going to be stuck sitting around looking at each other, looking stupid. You're going to be with a stranger, man. Better, okay? Number 3, we talk about finances too fast, too quick. What? How soon? Anytime is too soon. Don't do it. She already knows you got enough money to change her life. No reason for you to be talking about money. Okay, number 2, we make too many promises. Look, you're enough, guys. You're already the prize. There's no need to make a promise. Only promise you're going to make is the day that you're going to get on that plane and the time it's going to arrive in the Philippines, because she's going to remember every promise you make. And the minute you do not live up to one of your promises, you're done. You'll never hear the last of it. And the last one is, we don't want to support her family, and we don't want to encourage her to support. Look, guys, that's a big mistake. She's going to do it anyway, whether you want to or not. She's going to start doing it behind your back, and that's going to lead to other things. Filipinas, they're legendary for taking care of their families, man. That gives her life meaning, gives her life purpose. Help her, guys. Help her family. All right, get out in front of that. So thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. If you're in America, it's getting late. Before you let your head hit the pillow, please help somebody. If you're on one of them late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, you just got off second shift work at GE, see somebody on the street, buy them something to eat, give them a couple of dollars, buy them something to drink. Man, the stimulus bill has already been passed, but it's going to be weeks before we get that money. The vaccination, it's not going to solve everything, guys. We need each other now, today, okay? It's important. If you're in the Philippines, it's about 7:30 in the morning. We got all day to find somebody to help. I've already told you, I don't have to remind you anymore. We're literally starving over here because of the devastation wrought by this pandemic and the lockdowns associated with it. We need each other more than ever. If I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. We help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free, and I'll see you next time.